Okay, now we're going to go over insertion sort. So insertion sort is a little bit more tricky, but it's still kind of similar to selection sort, but this time we have our, we're kind of iterating through the sorted side. We still have the sorted on the left and then unsorted on the right, but we're iterating through the sorted side instead of the unsorted side. So in selection sort, we had our sorted side and then unsorted side, and then we'd look through the unsorted to see what we would put into the sorted part next. But for this one, we're just taking the next element in the unsorted portion and then finding where it should be in the sorted portion. So if we have an example here, I'll just use the example from before, which was okay. And then, so what we do is we take the first element in our unsorted portion and we find where it should go in the sorted portion. So 1, there's nowhere for 1 to be in the sorted portion yet. We can't really, so we just move it right over. And then I'll just keep track of our pointer here. We're at this point. And then we have these elements left to go. Okay, and now let's look at 5. We take the next element in our unsorted part of the array. And then we see, okay, so we move it over and then we see, okay, should 5 go before or after 1? Okay, it's gonna go after. And then we have the rest of our elements. Okay, now looking at 7, let's see where 7 should go. Okay. So now we see, okay, 7 is still greater than 5. The rest of it is sorted. 1 and 5 already sorted. We can keep 7 where it is. So 1, 5, 7. Our pointer is now here. And then 3, 2, 9, 0. Okay, now we take 3. Okay, 3 is not greater than 7. So we're going to have to swap 3 and 7. And then 3 is still not greater than 5, so we have to swap 3 and 5. But 3 is greater than 1, so we don't have to swap that. So that's fine. Okay, now we move on to the next part. So we have 1, 3, 5, 7, and then our pointer, and then 2, 9, 0. So now we look at 2. Okay, 2 is smaller than 7, smaller than 5, smaller than 3. We're going to put it right here. We're going to insert it right there. So then 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 0. Okay, now we're looking at this index. And then we see, okay, 9, we're going to put it here because it's greater than 7. And the rest is already sorted, so we know it's greater than all the other stuff. So, and then our pointer is there. 0, okay, we look at this, go through the whole thing again, and then we see that, okay, it's less than 1, so this is our final sorted part. So that is insertion sort.